Welcome, my Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your What Do I Need read for this full moon to new moon next in August 2020. I am your reader, Mark Angelo Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, the Archangel of Lyons. Your dad just called me Mal. Hi. Hey. I hope you are all well, my subscribers. Welcome back. Yeah, it's time for another What Do I Need read. We're doing a 7-card draw. 7 cards from, 1 card from 7 different decks is what I should say. You're my first. A boy always remembers his first and his last. So thank you so much for your support, helping me on my YouTube journey, going from reading people face to face from decades to doing it over YouTube. It's a bit of a shift, but you've all been so lovely. Your comments have been wonderful. So just thank you. And if you are new to my channel, please do consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, following along. I'm a lot of fun. I am the fun one. Dionysus archetype that I am. And do feel free to hit the notification bell. I'm actually going to be putting out a lot more live streams as I go because, that's what I'm being inspired to do. So you know all about inspiration, don't you, Aries? Yeah. And feel free to comment. The comments apparently help people see the videos more. I don't know how that works, but it does. So please, if it resonates, feel free to do so. Otherwise, let's get up in this gig. This is a general read. Please breathe, right? Stay in the present moment. Take what resonates, leave what does not. And check your other signs. It's only 7 cards, right? Even if I did like 2 minutes each, that's like 14 minutes. It's going to be longer than that. With the exposition that I have to do for every reading, right? For the new people. So, we're looking at what do you need, right? What do you need from this new moon? I actually have it written down. The full moon in Aquarius, Monday, August 3rd. August 3rd. But it's at 11:59 a.m., so a minute before noon. So if you're trying to nail the full moon part of the magic, you really want to do it on Sunday night or Monday morning. And how easy is that? If you want to plant the seeds, and it is the corn moon. Corn? When was the last time I had corn? A very specific reference. Hello, Dolly. We are looking at the 2-week period between the full moon in Aquarius to the new moon in Leo, which is August 18th, 10:42 p.m. So if you're wanting to do the new moon part of it, you might want to wait until that Tuesday night, right? Actually, Tuesday night, new moon in Leo, that's a lot of fire magic. That could really be good for initiating something involving pleasure, involving creativity and good fortune. But, that's the witch in me. I align myself with the lunar tides, and that's why I do these readings for myself as well. Essentially asking the different pantheons, what do I need, right? It's like pulling a card for the day, except we're doing it for a 2-week period. A waning moon. So let's do this. I'll keep present with my breath. If you do the same, I'll be able to get you as much clarity, guidance, and grace I can get you. Clues, tips, and hints from my pantheons. Cool. Let's do this. Breathe. Oh, first reading of the series. I feel so fresh and new and inspired. My collective pantheons, here we go. Please, we're going to start with the Caroline Myss archetype deck. Just 1 card. All the decks that I read are in the description box at the very bottom. Scroll down for them. There's other cool stuff in my description box. There always is. My collective pantheons, please, what is the dominant soul pattern for this Aries collective? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. The dominant archetype that they will be alchemizing or have the opportunity to alchemize to heal from shadow to light, from lead to gold, from toxicity to health. This might be something, a dominant archetype within themselves, within another person. I mean, that would have to be pretty dominant for a 2-week period that you're dealing with somebody or so, or within a situation, an archetypal story that's going on for them and everyone around them. So please, what is their dominant archetype? My collective pantheons for this new moon. Full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, because that's what they do. They give me this timeline across the page. And you've got the healer archetype. Excellent. So if this is you, wonderful. Now okay, it's about a waning moon of healing. Maybe healing others, maybe healing yourself, but in the quantum unity of it all, we're all healing ourselves, right? We are one. except for some people, so they think. The shadow attribute, which is the toxicity, taking advantage of those who need help. We know what the shadow healer is. It's the charlatan, right? Snake oil salesman. Although I had an herbalist tell me that snake oil was actually essence of echinacea. Who knew? I didn't. Failing to care for oneself, which is a trap I see healers fall into all the time. Course in Miracles calls it the unhealed healer. Different than the wounded healer. The wounded healer is a very sacred archetype. And maybe the wounded healer is involved in this as well, because the wounded healer, as they tend to their own wounds, they develop this capacity for compassion that then comes very clearly in the light side, that they reach out and help others in need. But if they don't take care of themselves, it's a problem. The light attribute, what you're shooting for, again, in yourself, someone else, or in a situation for the next 2 weeks, full to new moon. The light attribute, passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit. Ability to transform pain into healing. Lovely. Really good for a waning moon, too. And I use these cards for the waning moon, not the waxing moon, because 3 atoms have to be released from lead to make gold. That's the alchemical process. So what are the 3 atoms, symbolically speaking? Yes, I was actually talking about the periodic table. Can you dig it? I can't. Numbers. Let's ask the healing with the angels oracle. What is the angel you need to work with, right? The angel that is there in your energy field collectively as an Aries, extending hand and wing, right? Saying, let me help you. But you have to call upon them. That's how it goes with angels. I mean, sometimes you can just say, oh my God, help me. And they're there anyway. Little Johnny Angel on the spot. Johnny Angel, how I love you. So let's ask. Breathe. Oh, that feels nice. My angels and archangels, please, one card in clarity. What is the healing angel assigned to the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo that they can call upon, that they need? What do they need? They need to call upon this angel. This full moon to new moon next, you've got the card of balance, which does make sense. Like homeostasis, healing is all about achieving balance, and that light is blinding me. There we go. So, the angel of balance. Now, when would you call upon the angel of balance except when you are feeling an imbalance, either within yourself, another, the relationship, or an overall situation? And do understand that perfect balance in a dualistic paradigm can't be really maintained for long, because as soon as you attain balance, imbalance must be created. It's just part of it, right? So you get that like blip, and then it goes like there, and then it goes blip. And so call upon the angel to help you find balance, particularly if that balance is about healing you or healing someone else. It doesn't always have to be an either or. It can be a both and. I can help you heal. I can both heal you and myself in that process. I mean, certainly if you're in the medical profession, that's big right now, obviously, right? Have to, take care of yourself, fill up your own cup so that you don't burn out and become bitter, which happens, particularly if you have that wounded healer archetype. Self-compassion is really key so that you can continue having sympathy, empathy, and compassion for others. But if your diet is off, right, if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're just burned out, like even me as a spiritual counselor, I need days off. And like yesterday was supposed to be my day off. It wasn't. I got people in an emergency situation. So, you do the best that you can to balance it out. And sometimes it's not so much about rest as it's about recreation, which if you break apart the word means recreation. Cardinal fire, Aries. So you're allowed to recreate yourself in your downtime. That was new. I've never said that way before. But we're going to move on to the voices of the divine feminine, the goddesses, right? Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Really my favorite tarot deck ever, ever, ever. Been reading it since I'm 19 years old. I'm going to be 22. Oh my God, September 6th, I'm about to become 52. Yikes, alive 1 week for every, 1 year for every week of the year. Ay, Veshmir, here we go. Breathe. because we're going to find out what it is you need to be aware of within yourself, within yourself, not yang, yin, right? The voices of the divine feminine, the collective divine feminine, it's half the universal energy. So let's do this. So yummy. You're really getting very, very yummy vibes here. Please, my goddesses, one card in clarity for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, August 2020. What is it that they most need to be aware of within themselves, within their own soul, within their own emotional field, within the world behind their eyes that they may not let the rest of the world know about? What is it that they might not even know about? There is revelation for you. This is the card of judgment. Now, the judgment card in, traditional tarot, we're used to seeing it with like bodies coming out of coffins, and I get that. That was designed by Pamela Coleman Smith a really long time ago. This is a feminist deck that says the same thing, but in a very, very different way, saying that something will be revealed that will bring you the clarity you need to see perhaps the larger picture and make a final judgment. Now, if you look at this picture, there are women holding hands dancing around a central spot. Looks like they're in the mountains. But if you close your eyes and look again, they are dancing on the belly of the Great Mother. There are her breasts in the foreground, pubic mound in the background. Those are her thighs, and they're dancing around her navel. So something that might have been within you all along, because this isn't yang, that's the next deck we're going to look at, to be aware of something being revealed inside of you that was always there, maybe not so hidden, but a new way of looking at it, particularly if it was something you had judged within yourself as something negative, you now might see it as something maybe not so positive, but innocent, right? Like, I do that with myself sometimes, trusting people, right? The innocence of my own heart wants to trust them, and then they do something horrific, and I beat myself up for that. It's a Virgo thing. I also got a Pisces moon. Tricky balance there. But then in hindsight, you look back and go, yeah, but if I didn't trust that person, I wouldn't have learned that really key soul thing. So maybe there's some forgiveness in here for you, self-forgiveness, or at least self-compassion, self-healing by something revealed within yourself. That could play itself out so many different ways, though. And I just did a private reading earlier today, so that thing of the personal read is so much more detailed and so much more juicy, right? It's like the difference between, pink and hot pink, right? It's a bit more specific. So let's see what I can get you with the Mythic Tarot about the gods, the masculine energy, the external. Either what you need to be aware of in the outside world or what you need to be aware of in terms of what you are expressing yourself, the yang. Not the yin, the yang. The yang if you're from Long Island. Like I am. I'm not the Long Island medium. I'm the Long Island rare. Here we go. My gods, my gods, my gods. I'm really feeling Aries and Hephaestus here. Half-brothers, kind of, sort of, in a weird way. Please, oh please, oh please. My gods. One card in clarity for this Aries collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. For this full moon in Aquarius to new moon next in Leo, what do they need to be aware of either in their own masculine energy, leaving their energy field out into the world, or what they need to be aware of around them in the external world? Full moon to new moon next, August 2020. All right. Two of Flames to me is the indecision card. Everybody wants to make a Two of Blades, and I get it because it seems like it's a thought process, but this is element of fire, will, which means choice, and desire. Like, what will you do, what won't you do? So in terms of your masculine energy, it feels like you don't know what to do because this revelation is going to most likely be gradual. Right? It's not going to just be all revealed to you all at once. It is something emerging from probably within your unconscious or subconscious mind, most likely about being a healer, something that has been out of balance that is now calling for your attention, and that could easily put you on pause in terms of making choices. Well, choices and decisions are different to me. Choices are, what do I want to put in my coffee? Right? That's up to me. But decisions in terms of path, in terms of something that you can feel perhaps the emotional intensity of, or the life-changing nature of. You might not be able to really make a very clear decision right now while this stuff is being revealed inside of yourself. And really, waning moon, unless you're trying to get rid of something in your life, usually that can be very imperative. It's really worth waiting. And there are still so many planets retrograde right now. Great big huge life decisions. Go within, find your balance. And I'm really going to say, because this card, I don't know if you can see the sphere that she's holding, it does kind of look like a yin and yang. It's just not so, I mean, it's really got the Vesica Pisces on it. Look that up. It's the intersection of two circles that shape the Vesica Pisces. Sacred geometry and all that jazz. So yeah, there's obviously an overlap between inner and outer because we're all one unity, blah, blah, blah. But you may not be able to really make the choice or the decision that you want to make right now. Yeah. We're going to go the Chuck Spezzano Love Pack to ask the Ascended Masters what it is, right, that you need to be aware of in terms of the problem, which is one of the suits in here, the grace, like, so what is the problem you need to be aware of, the grace you need to allow in, the healing that you need to embrace, or the luck that you need to kind of look for. Those are the 4 suits in this deck. So let's have a look. Breathe. I have to say, every time I tune to the guides for you, there is this yummy sense of relaxation. So I get that healing part of it. This might have to do with you getting rest, right? It's like, I don't know what's going on inside of me, but I just can't make a decision or a choice to save my life right now. Rare for an Aries. Raries, but certainly something that you're allowed, right? Everybody goes through that. Breathe. My Ascended Masters, please, 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 one card in clarity for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. My voice almost cracked there. For this full moon in Aquarius, to new moon next in Leo, what is it that they need, right? What is the healing they need to embrace, the grace they need to allow in, the problem they need to be aware of, or the luck that they need to kind of acknowledge is there? Ooh, you got yourself one of the luck cards. The Naughtiness card. Are you being naughty? Now it's a luck card. It's not a problem card. Naughty is deliberately skirting the rules, but usually for a higher vibrational intent, right? Like to make someone laugh. Now, what's fun about this card is there's a guy clipping the hedges and a woman reaches out behind the hedge and pinches him on the hiney. Now that's a Me Too moment now, right? It's like we're all aware the boundaries are changed, so I'm not suggesting you should do that. I mean, unless you're married and, you know, that's your relationship with somebody, or in a relationship where that's kind of fun. That doesn't even necessarily say that this is about a romantic sexual relationship here, could be. But in terms of a healing modality, that coloring outside the lines, right? That thinking outside the box and maybe being a little, I don't know, I don't want to go so far as to say Thelma and Louise about it. That was a bit much, but that little bit of naughty, that little bit of like, come on, let's, no one will know. I mean, your soul knows, your higher self will know. But maybe the naughty, oh, well, maybe the naughty for you is, you know what, I'm just going to sit on the couch and not answer the phone, right? Because Aries, you tend to be very yang, you're cardinal fire regardless of your gender. So maybe this is you really doing something for yourself that feels a little bit naughty, but really isn't. But there's a piece of luck there with it. So keep your eye out for that. We're going to ask your higher selves and the higher selves of all involved through the Whispers of Love Oracle about what is the piece of insight, inspiration, or information that you need from your own higher self or the higher selves of all involved. Because really, as the healer archetype, there's probably other people involved, unless this is purely healer, heal thyself, which would be very Aries. First sign of the zodiac, the self, the personality, the ego. Let's do this. Higher selves of all involved. That feels the same way but better. One card in clarity for this Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, what is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight that they need for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, August 2020, please? What is their whisper of love? Like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. And that's what I'm kind of getting here. It's if you are burning yourself out, are you being loving to yourself? Like attracts like. So you might very well need to turn, because it's waning moon, you might very well need to go more yin side of yourself, where there is some revelation sort of waiting there for you, but that you're gonna have to call upon the angel of balance to maybe say to somebody, look, I know I have to help you, but I'm burnt. Like, that's a good example. Like, I'm just burned out. Like, that's why I try and put out content every day, but sometimes I don't, because I'm just like, right? I don't want to phone it in. If I can't do this balls to the wall, I don't want to do it. So there's definitely that energy there of the Two of Wands, that indecision, that inability to kind of make a choice. And maybe this is about self-care, about you really attracting to yourself that which you are willing to give to yourself. Last card down, Healing Mantra card from the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, which I do not really see as a divination system so much as a healing tool, but I use it because these mantras actually work if you work them. I guess it's like anything else, though. They're not affirmations to me. They're really more about sending the message to the soul that you're ready to heal on a particular level. So let's see what this is for you. From the Ascended Masters, who gave you this naughty card. Ooh, you got the naughty card. Beware of the Shelley Hack card. Breathe. Thank you, Margaret Cho. My Ascended Masters, please, one card in clarity. What is the perfect healing mantra for this Aries collective? Sun, moon, rising, Venus sign for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, August 2020. Their perfect healing mantra is Inviting Ecstasy, my favorite card. Hey, turn off their light. Inviting Ecstasy. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. Touch all this pleasure that my heart desires. Yeah, this is about self-care. You may very well be burned out, healing, running around, taking care of everybody else. But this is definitely about you inviting in the ecstasy. I will read it from the book. That's what I like about the shorter reads. I can go a little bit deeper into this stuff, if you will. Alphabetical, where are you? Inviting Ecstasy. I love this one. I do this with breath work and the Wim Hof method on the exhales. Yeah. I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. When ecstasy is invited, you feel aligned and ready to receive all the miraculous and joyful gifts of experience the universe is ready to provide you. Worth it. Ecstasy acts as a cosmic green light that grants your destiny permission to enter. In many instances, pain can be healed and released once a healthy relationship with pleasure is established. And I feel like that's what's going on here, that you're healing your relationship with pleasure. Look, I get it. We can use pleasure as a way to avoid pain, but if you're bringing things into a balance, maybe you've been dealing with so much pain, your own and others, and in the collective and empathically through this time of challenge, that maybe now it's about finding that balance. Not ecstasy directly related to anything externally, but from the essence and vibration of your own true self. That's really, really cool. This mantra is ideal for increasing self-worth, self being really the key word for Aries, first house, elevating dreams of, elevating levels of excitement. Because it's one thing to be like, yeah, that's cool, to inviting ecstasy, right? That's high voltage. And allowing bigger dreams. Very, very cool. Let me put it together for you, shall I? Because you are looking at the healer archetype within yourself, someone else, or in a situation that's going to bring you into balance if you call upon the angel and if you just sort of work and look at balance. But that balance definitely has to do with more going inside, while the outside you have no idea what to choose or to decide. But that there is this vibe of naughtiness, and for you that naughtiness might actually be being selfish rather than selfless. Unless you are just smack dab in the middle of the shadow healer archetype, which I don't know why you would be watching a reading on YouTube if that were the case. So chances are this is really about you finding your what? That your like attracts like, and you want to attract more ecstasy in your life, so you need to invite it in with the mantra, I am worthy of all the pleasure my heart desires. That's a fun read for a waning moon cycle. So, may the Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo, that they may look within to find the revelation within them that will help them perhaps make a clearer choice or decision as they bring themselves into balance with the healing of balance as the healer that they are, or dealing with a healer or a healing situation that might have a little touch of naughtiness in there, that is about inviting ecstasy in so that like can attract like. Because if you're longing for more love in your life, Aries, you need to be more loving, and probably of yourself. May the Aries collective be so blessed this full moon to new moon next in August 2020. So motivate. And so it is. There we go. That's called a quickie. Please do like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below if you resonated with this. Helps other people see it. Otherwise, I'm going to wish you the very best and the very blessed of this full moon to new moon next August 2020. Hail. Farewell, my darlings, and blessed, blessed be.